In the last video, we talked a little bit about two of the three methods of quilting, which were pantographs and free motion. And now I want to talk a little bit about custom quilting. Custom quilting typically is delineated because you have a lot of stitch in the ditch work. Every area of the quilt is segmented and then quilted, typically with patterns that are dropped in. These patterns may vary, they may be similar, they may be the same. On this particular quilt, I have one pattern here for my square. I have a different pattern that I dropped into my rectangles, and then for my corner pieces, there's another pattern. I also dropped in designs for the inner border and the middle and outer borders, and dropped in a little design in the cornerstones. That's what custom quilting is all about. It's much more intense. It has a lot more interest and variety going on. The patterns that you drop in can either be traced using a laser and paper patterns with a hand-guided machine, or they can be used with digitized patterns that are on your computer-guided machines. Either way, it's a similar look. A lot of times you can use free motion quilting to drop in your patterns if you have artistic abilities and feel comfortable with patterns that you're doing. This is where we see a lot of feather work in the borders and different designs within the quilt. So that's kind of the general guideline for custom, is that it has segments that are quilted differently, and it has a lot of stitch in the ditch. Another area that you'll see a lot in custom work is ruler work. And ruler or straight line work is exactly what the name implies. You are using a lot of straight lines in the quilt. In this case, there are straight lines within the inner border, and there are straight lines that are outlining the triangle. It can be outline work such as this. It can be grid work such as cross hatching. The sky's kind of the limit. You also see different types of line work that are used in borders, such as piano borders, where you come in and you're stitching lines perpendicular to the border. The other thing that you'll find quite a bit in, and as you can see, there's also the drop-in pattern, and we have all of the stitch in the ditch around each and every patch on the quilt. Another thing that you'll see with custom work is moving up into the next level, where we get into our show quilts and we get into heirloom quilting. In that case, you're going to have a lot more detailed and intricate fillers. The fillers can literally, the threads will almost touch each other without crossing. Very, very tiny, like micro stippling, or you'll see intricate fillers like McTavishing or pebbles. That delineates that type of work. But again, it is all custom. It is individually placed within delineated areas of the quilt. So all of them are gorgeous styles of quilting. I tend to save my custom work for that very, very special quilt that may be passed down, or where I just really want to stand at my long arm and play and have a good time expressing myself, rather than just doing a simple panto or even free motion quilting. So I think you're going to find all three will bring you a lot of joy as you use either your hand-guided or your computer-guided long arm machine.